Ahoy and welcome back once again to I Like Watches. In today's video I'm going to do something I said I would never ever do. A little while ago I produced a video in which I shared with you some watches and brands that I said you would never see featured on any of my channels. But today, yeah, there's an elephant in the room because I've got an Islander watch to show you. So why did I say all those months ago I would never review an Islander? Well, there was a few reasons, but primarily the main one being it just felt like a sort of lose-lose situation for me. If I was really impressed with the watch and I raved about it, I would have people in the comments section saying, oh, you're only raving about it because it's Mark's watch. If I was critical and I pointed out lots of negatives, it would be because I'm jealous. So I just thought, you know what, I can do without all that sort of hassle. But it has become increasingly difficult to ignore Islander watches, and I have now given in. So why am I now featuring an Islander on this channel, and it will be appearing on I Like Watches as well? Well, there's a few reasons. Firstly, like I said, it's becoming increasingly difficult to ignore the watches that Mark is producing. They are the sort of watches that should be appearing on channels like this. I've also had an increasing number of people add comments in the comments section to my videos saying, oh, you know, you should check out Islander watches. And I started to wonder if it was Mark actually maybe spamming my channel, but I don't think it is. I think it is just that a lot of people that like Islander watches are watching my videos. And the other reason is, well, I'm now producing comparison videos, and I think this is the perfect watch to feature in one of those comparison videos, and it's going to give me an opportunity to show you this watch, the finishing of this watch up against other watches similarly priced, and then you guys can't, you know, blame me if I'm saying it's really, really good, and yeah, criticize me if I'm saying it's really, really bad. So it sort of washes my hands of any responsibility. And I contacted Mark to find out if he was interested in providing one of his watches to feature in one of these comparison videos, and he was really, really keen. So credit to Mark for sending me a watch to review and include in one of those comparison videos. That's enough waffle. I haven't seen this watch yet. It's still in the box up there. Let's head over to the light box and have a look. Obviously, this is going to be an unboxing and first impressions video, so I'm not going to run through all the facts, figures, stats and specifications. I'm just going to unbox this watch, take the plastic off, and then share with you my first impressions. I will be producing a full review, which will be going live on I Like Watches in the next few weeks. So yeah, you'll just have to put up with this video for now. And this is my petrified fish knife, an incredibly sharp and not that affordable knife from AliExpress. M390 this deal on the blade, or in the blade, which is why I think it's quite an expensive one. Cool little knife though, really, really like it. Right, let's have a look at this Islander, and there it is. What have we got here? What's this? Oh, a tool. Nice. And the box. Anything else? Nope. Right, very simple packaging. Sort of cardboard box. Doesn't need to be any more elaborate or fancy than this, I don't think. Obviously, it's got Mark's branding on top and well, on the front there. Look, nice. And there is the watch. Mark, again, credit to Mark, was happy for me to feature any watch in my comparison video. This is the one I chose to review. Obviously, strong SKX. Well, look to it, and it's got the 12, 3, 6 and 9 on the dial, which I really, really like. Right, first impressions. Well, the bracelet does feel perhaps thinner than I was expecting. I'm just talking about the thickness of these links. It looks to be nicely made, I have to say. Yeah, the brushing looks nice and the polishing looks nice. Obviously, we're going to study that in my comparison video. But yeah, it's just something I've noticed. The first thing I've noticed really is obviously the case is really quite substantial. When you expect it, yeah, I mean, it is a sort of dive watch, SKX dive watch, SKX vibe, if you like. But yeah, it just feels, in terms of proportions, like perhaps not quite enough weight in the bracelets. It actually feels just like a Seiko bezel, actually. It's got that sort of double click, very smooth and greasy feel to it. Yeah, decent grip, decent resistance. The clicks are very quiet, it's very muted. Let's check out the alignment. Touch of back play, but the alignment looks bang on. Look, very nice indeed. Let's put some power into the NH35, I believe, with this one. And yep, there is a ghost position, so NH35. Let's just advance the hands. There we go. I like the hands, I have to say. In fact, it is a good looking watch, isn't it? The print appears to be, or the numbers and the markers appear to be printed on the dial, so I don't think the Lume is going to last as well as it would if it was filled into applied indices. You know, applied indices, they're hollowed out and then they have Lume literally poured into them. In the full review, obviously, I'll do the usual 5-minute Lume degradation test. I like the bezel, very nice and glossy. Sapphire crystal AR coating. I'm not seeing any signs of any dust, DNA or debris under the crystal or on the dial, which is good. Yeah, nice and bright, and the reflections, obviously they're being distorted by the curves on the case, but they look fairly crisp. What have we got? Screw pins, push pins, screw pins, nice. The clasp is okay. Milled inner elements. The outer shell is fairly standard. It's a sort of pressed outer shell, double pushers and a safety latch. No logo or anything on there, but that's not the end of the world because we've got some details on the case back. And obviously the logo on the crown and on the dial, automatic 200M above the 6. I want to have a look at the Lume. Let's grab my torch. Right, let's give it a really good charge so we can see the Lume in all its glory. This thing's been in a box for weeks and weeks, I'd imagine. So, yeah, there we go. There it is. Oh, the logo is Lumed. Look, nice touch. And the initial Lume burst looks to be, yeah, pretty good. Like I said, make sure you come back for the full review on I Like Watches to see how that Lume lasts. And I'll do the other tests as well when I produce the full review, a legibility test, and I'll also test the gaps between the end links and the lugs as well. I've bought some feeler gauges to start seeing how well watches are getting the end links to fit, and I have to say that feels pretty snug. So yeah, I suspect it's going to do pretty well. Right, guys, first impressions are, yeah, pretty good. The only thing I would say that's standing out to me in terms of any sorts of negatives is just that bracelet. The links aren't particularly substantial, are they? They're solid, and the end links are solid. I was just, I think, probably expecting them to be a little bit thicker. But anyway, yeah, I like it. Right, I can't wait to review this thing, share with you all the facts, figures, stats and specifications, run through all the tests that I like to do these days, and then start to prepare for that comparison video. Oh, I've got to wait for the other watches to come in yet, actually. But yeah, I think you're going to enjoy that one. Right, guys, as always, massive thank you from me to you for tuning in, and thanks, Mark, for sending me this watch. I look forward to producing more content with this watch very soon. Right, guys, you'll see me again.